So today I am going to share a little trick about keyword finding or maybe keyword research tricks. This because when people always ask me, okay, I can locate a lot of keywords, but it's a super difficulty to do SEO. Like it's over 70 SEO difficulties and hardly can find something to write about. But actually, we have to find it like for dog niche, like you want to teach people how to keep a dog, and maybe you should need to focus on some kind of part of this dog, right? Like its disease is taking care, and maybe even the lung. So maybe let's try. Now we can see first we can see here this is 1,300 search volume, but this one dog with the kidney failure was 14,800, right? So the first one I already review a little bit is published by VCA Animal Hospital. So this is saying how to deal with this problem. So this is maybe related to the EAT, but in fact we don't need to do a lot of contents about professional like this one, but you actually can write about how you help with a specific dog, something like a case study, right? And then with some pictures about this dog, a specific dog, and then uh, share about the story, the actual story, and back up with these people's um, study. They are the hospital, right? So we don't need to actually need a lot of this kind of articles like this, but we can rank for other uh, keywords by using this same keyword. Sometimes it is the case that you intend to rank for this keyword, but actually you rank for other keywords. It happened to us a lot of time if you are applying my techniques. It is because we cover so much keywords in the Wordhero AI writing, and when we fill a lot of semantic keywords in that keyword system, and then it is included within your article, then you publish it, and then you can find a lot of like this dog kidney disease, or maybe easier like this one, dog kidney failure went to emphasize, like something like that. You can cover this kind of topic, and even you can write a specific article about dog kidney stones, something like that. You need to think about this in instead of doing like how to keep a dog, and then you train them, you like train them to sit like or maybe pick what kind of dogs. Many people talk about that, but uh, if you are running a website, you might have the insight that people would have this problem, and then you need to help them with the valuable content. This is the keyword research, and this is the search intent study. Because we naturally we would think about like we are outsiders. We don't think about this process like the lifespan, the whole journey. Like you raise a little puppy, then the dog is company with you for his or her whole life, like 20 years, I think. Maybe not. The dog lives longest, I think, in my life is 14 years old. When I was a little kid, so she just disappeared when she was so old, and we don't know where she was when the time has come. But we miss her a lot because you know she's a nice dog, and she got a happy life, I think. Um, we were happy because we had her out around us. So when you following this path and in different stage in some part of this journey, you have something to write. Like when the dog have the babies, right? How do you manage to take care of those babies, or maybe um, something like how do you donate the babies to others and make sure those those puppies are like having some kind of health checking, something like that. The process you need to tell people, and they would search it, they will look into it, and then there will be a ton of articles you can write about. In the last 2 days, last maybe um 17 and 18, yeah, 2 days. A few days ago, I write about 40 articles within a same niche. It's all over 80, 800, over 800, no, 8,000, no, 800, and some kind of programs is about 2,000. So some articles 2,000, like 40 maybe should have a 5 or 7 at least. uh, 4 of them are 2,000, and 4 of them were 1,500. It should be so. It's finished in 2 days, just 2 days, maybe like half an hour or maybe 40 minutes per article. That was my top output because I think this content will be good for the website, because it will be sent to the website owner to edit, proofreading, proof editing, maybe some kind of they add the pictures, add some product information, and maybe they they would improve the readability. Backup maybe with some authority links, and I suggest them to use some videos also. So this kind of content is is easy now, because when I look into those whole journey, because it's like a product, how people can understand this product, and because it's a small niche, the top searching forum, like this product classification, like the product category name, and the search forum is only 100. That niche, right? Quite small, and I can really speak out that name, Stephanie. But what I can tell you is that it's not the true. It's not the case that you just write about maybe this kind of like search forum. Maybe his is 170. Maybe this kind of content, but daily you can get 20. If I focus on this, let's make example. If I focus on this kind of content and this matches for a search volume is 170, and the maybe the search difficulty maybe lower than 79, right? It's in the middle difficulty. Consider medium, easy, something like that maybe. Yeah. So this is like a 50, something like that. And the tested article was getting 30, the top 10, 30 clicks day, per day. In average, 20 clicks per day. One article. It's almost like 1,300 words in total. It's a comparison about two components, how to choose these components, and people would search for them. And then I think this kind of search volume is a false, it's a theory data. I intend not to trust them anymore, and it's just like it's assumed estimated data. So I would love to write it, and then I put it there, and then I make it helpful for people, right? Such as like I want to compare those concepts. I will introduce what it look like and what is its price, and you can buy it from us. And there's the finished product is containing this kind of component, and then I write an article about that, and including the parameter, including the assemble process, including its pros and cons. It's easy in Wordhero, right? You just need to input the the keyword, and then you hit pros and cons, and then you have the list. And I did not change anything, and then I handed it. And 3 months later, wow, it's blowing, and the traffic is like crazy. So the owner is quite happy, and she asked me, okay, you can write maybe like 50 articles. I can pay you, and maybe then I finish 40 in 2 days. Now I have to think about the 10, the left 10 articles. Maybe I want to generate a kind of a pattern. I want to improve like whether I apply the better pattern, a better outline structure. Maybe I can have easier generation, I think it can be done. Like you need to make this kind of outline classical. Like it is easy to get understood by the AI, and this AI can generate the content as you wish. Like you intend to generate some kind of content, and this AI is not missing out with your intention. Your writing intention was well noted by this AI, and then it is offering your expected content. And this is the kind I am doing for the last 10 pieces, last 10 articles. And I told her, please wait a little longer, and I am doing it now. Yeah. So if I finish this part, and then I will move to the next 100 maybe. So if you have like 200 articles uh, in a month, yes. If I can finish that project, like 150 articles within 2 weeks, wow, that's miracle. And now, when I write about those articles, if I want to build a niche site, I can write about 250 articles within a month. Then 12 months, I can build 12 sites. Let's see. And if they all rank, they all have the quality of the Google favorite, like it's all indexed and all ranked, and I can totally depending on those AdSense income, maybe some affiliate income, you know. But this is most optimistic. Optimistic. This is a best case, I think. Too optimistic. I think it cannot be happen within this year, but at least it will happen in the future. And this is the case. I think it is inspiration I got from this experience and this train with my friend. So they are hating life for their website because it's like mission impossible. People just don't know how to write when they learn in the school or even in the university. And I am the kind of people that are actually good at writing. And when I was a little kid, because I was not a speaker, I was a writer at that time. I don't speak to people a lot time. I speak to myself a lot when I was a little kid. I was living in my own world since I was a little kid. So I communicate with myself and communicate with the nature. I even talk to the dogs, I talk to the fish, and I feed the ants. Yeah, I do a lot of strange things, and it gives me some kind of view to see the world in a different angle. So I think maybe you can try this method, and you can try my thinking way. Like you can analyze, like okay, I do the cap. So what would be like I should focus on cat food. Maybe I should focus on the cat take care cat's life. Maybe the disease taking the daily care. Maybe something like that. You have a lot of things to write. You have a lot of topics to explore. So nothing can stop you if you really getting into it and you really communicating with your audience. If you are in it, you will understand. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of underground topics is hiding from you. Before when we always like you, okay, I talk about dogs and then I search from the dogs and you would not think about this. Okay, dog kidney, right? Who would think about that unless you want to eat it? So it's from a disgusting friend is making a joke, right? So okay, who would think about it unless you want to eat it stuff? Oh, it's made me sick. And honestly, he's making a point that people will naturally ignore it, ignore those content, ignore those like the component of something, the component, the specific part of something, right? We will think about okay, nobody is going to like paying attention for that, but actually, a lot of people is searching, a lot of people is asking the questions, but the Google is always leading them to somewhere, some like a topic that is not finished, not answering that question, not finished their reading. Like, okay, this is a no-go, right? I also need to ask the professional, maybe ask the factory, maybe ask an engineer. It's not a problem. I can search and I get an answer from the Google. So it is quite frustrating. And maybe Google had already noticed that, so they are now more and more focusing on problem solving and encouraging some kind of small niche, some kind of content um, that provided by a small size, not the big size with a lot of topics. But if you focus on a special niche, you focus on a lot of content that is quite specific, quite related together, and solving people's problem, like a small wiki for your site, and then you have a lot of traffic. Even you can outrank those big players, right? So it is our chance, but we need to think in a different way. We need to think smartly, and we need to think in the whole journey, in the overview think, right? So when you like using the third people's eye to see this topic, to see this niche, and then you can see there's a lot of things to write about. Okay, this is what I want to share with you because we always talk about content, but we need to think what topic to write the content. What content is neglected? What content is missing in our website? I should think about that. And now the test is good. So I think I write those articles quite quickly, and I find the topic, maybe the outlines, headlines, quite easy. And because I have this special view to analyze those small niche, maybe it's not a big search volume keyword, but I can still divide them into smaller parts and take them into some kind of classifications and write one by one, and from this problem to another problem, and write about some concepts for information purpose. This is how I do it, right? So if some of you are not noticing this kind of topic discovering method, you should start to learn about this, okay? And we can definitely try this kind of method. Thank you.